Hello, welcome to the Saturday Spotlight here at TwinSpires.com. Vance Hanson alongside special guest Steve Pallardy, who is filling in for James Scully, who is at Saratoga this weekend for the Midsummer Derby, the Travers Stakes. Steve and I will be talking about that big race today. Steve, the race lost a little bit of buzz late last week with the defections of Game Winner and Maximum Security, who would have been the post-time favorites, but we still have a very deep and interesting field of 12. And it sounded like from our conversation earlier that you've got a couple horses that you're keying on in this race.
I think the two key horses in the Travers for me are Tacitus and Code of Honor. I was at Tampa Bay when Tacitus won the Derby at Tampa Bay first out this year. Was pretty impressive. Won the Wood. In his last race, he in the Jim Dandy, he stumbled badly at the start, lost all chance. A better start today and a set of blinkers. I think he's my key horse. Code of Honor had a nice race at Belmont in the Dwyer. Johnny V dropped the stick that day, but he never needed it. He just drew off like a nice horse. Those are my two key horses. I do think Owendale, Tax, Highest Honor, and Mucho Gusto also make sense, but for me, it's Code of Honor and Tacitus on top.
Well, I'm going in a slightly different direction. You did mention the horse that I like, and that's Owendale, who I think has been in terrific form since the Lexington at Keeneland in April. He may have been the best horse in the Preakness. He was forced to rally 7 wide and then fell a length and a half short of War of Will, who had a wonderful, perfect ground-saving trip in that race. And then in his most recent start, Owendale won the Ohio Derby, overcoming a slow pace. My only concern with Owendale in the Travers on Saturday is that he's coming off of a 2-month layoff. However, he's going to relish a 1.25 miles. I think there's plenty of pace in this race, and at the price at 6-1 morning line, I'm going to take a shot with him.
To echo your thought, Brad Cox did give this horse a little bit of time after the Risen Star. The only time he didn't show up, and then he had another little break going into the Ohio Derby. Has triple-digit late pace figures, 3 of his last 4 races. He will save ground because he's drawn in the 1 hole. Yesterday, the place to be was at the rail of Saratoga, so if he can save some ground at the top of the lane, he will be coming late. So I think he's a very live long shot.
Encouraging perspective there. How are you playing this race, Steve?
I think, like I said, the two keys are Tacitus and Code of Honor. So I'm going to play some 50-cent tries, 2-6, 2-6 all, 2-6 all, 2-6. There's a bunch of horses that like to close in this race. So if I've landed on the top 2, I will have the horse either second or third. Again, somebody will be closing. There's a lot of deep closers in this race.
Well, for my $20 wager, I'm just going to lay it all on Owendale. I'm going to do $20 to win on that Brad Cox trainee. Steve, thank you again for joining us on this Travers preview. And for those of you in Saratoga Springs on Saturday at the Travers, please do stop by the Saratoga Trackside Grill right by the racetrack. Our friend James Scully will be hosting a seminar at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, and his special guest will be Churchill Downs track announcer Travis Stone. So for all of us here at Twin Spires, good luck to you this Travers weekend.